Apparently, live-action Toph is going to be more feminine than the real Toph, and here's my shocking reaction. I actually don't care, because I'm not going to watch that slop anyway. I could barely make it through the first few episodes of the last season, and I stopped watching after that. But Mr. YouTuber, why are you making this video if you supposedly don't care? Well, that's a good question. And as a diehard fan of the actual Avatar, I figured I could still share my thoughts on this whole more feminine thing, and just on the femininity of Toph's character as a whole. Let me get one thing straight though, I do not agree with these supposed changes to Toph's character in Netflix's Avatar. However, even if they didn't change her character and they just tried to recreate her exact character from the real show, I wouldn't agree with that either. And that's because I think remakes as a whole are awful in pretty much every way. If you watched my last video about The Last of Us, that's exactly the point I was trying to make. This new live-action Toph that we're getting isn't actually Toph, it's a mockery of Toph. Just like live-action Katara is a mockery of Katara, and live-action Aang is a mockery of Aang, and the same goes for all the live-action characters, especially you 2010 characters.
My name is Zong.
But that's a topic for another video. In this video, we're talking about Toph. Toph in the real Avatar is stubborn, tough, direct, highly independent, and a lot more. She's often seen as a tomboy, and for good reason, but the notion that she rejects femininity or is a mostly masculine character is a huge misconception. We see Toph be overtly feminine multiple times throughout the show, like in Tales of Ba Sing Se when she goes out with Katara, or in The Serpent's Pass when she lets Sokka save her, even giving him a kiss. Well, that's not quite what happened, but that's what she was thinking. Even if in the original show, Toph was more feminine, as we've heard in this recent news, and she had more feminine moments like the ones I just mentioned, she could still be an amazing character, albeit less groundbreaking. Thank you, I'll be here all night. Femininity is a crucial part of Toph's character, even if it isn't quite as present as it is in Katara, for example. That might just be the whole point of her character. She's feminine, but she is still unforgiving and brutally honest, and that does not make her masculine, and it definitely doesn't take away from her feminine side. I think that Netflix's Avatar and all remakes are worthless. I think they're created only for profit, and that anybody who says that they are a new take, or that they introduce a story and franchise to a bigger audience, doesn't understand or respect the value of stories. There are much better ways to introduce people to the world of Avatar, but this remake might be the worst way to do it. Studios still make these things because they can be profitable, and they are safe options compared to actually coming up with something new. If this were a new story set in Avatar's world, I would be more than willing to give it a shot, but it's not. Like I said, I talked about this in my last video about the remake of The Last of Us, and I could talk about it a whole lot more, but what I'm trying to say in the context of this video is that I am unbothered by the news of fake live-action Toph becoming more feminine. But with that news came a decent amount of people misinterpreting Toph's character, which is the real reason why I made this video. Avatar: The Last Airbender, the real one, is one of the greatest stories and greatest pieces of media to ever exist, and making a video about it on this channel is something I've wanted to do for a long time, so please do let me know if you want to see more Avatar stuff. I love doing this and I would love your feedback. Thank you so much for watching, consider dropping a like and a sub, and until next time.